What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy TerraPro13 with you guys in the Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary. This is free for all on cargo using the MSMC silencer with the fast mags. And this gameplay or this commentary has nothing to do with the gameplay. And the main thing I want to talk about today is sort of just like this topic or idea I've been thinking about a lot recently. And the way this came up. And I guess this could technically be within the Into the Universe episode 3 or something, but this came up. My friend had been reading some books, and he likes more of the fantasy kind of books, and they talk a lot about time travel. So I was listening to him, summarize the whole story for me, and talking about other books that also had time travel. I was like, I cannot just get into fantasy books with time travel, really most fantasy books at all, because I'm a little bit more of a scientist. I like realism, and I guess playing Call of Duty doesn't really help a whole lot with realism, but when I'm reading books, I like them to be a little less fantasy and a little bit more like scientific fiction, if it is going to be any sort of fiction type of story. And so he's just talking about this characters, constantly traveling back and forth into time, and to me there's just too many paradoxes when you think about time travel. I mean, first of all, I find it to be highly unlikely that time travel is even possible, because if you think about it, if time travel was possible to travel back in time, I feel like there would have already been several people who would have traveled back in time to our time now and would have said something, or they would have done something that would have changed history, that would have stopped Hitler, and then we would never even known about Hitler. But of course, since all of this is still true, I feel like time travel is not possible, or at least not into the past. Now, a lot of it that, to me, has to do with the butterfly effect. I mean, if you go back in time and you change one little thing, it's going to change everything. And I feel like the world would not be the way we know it now if time travel was possible in the future. But I do believe that there is time travel that's possible, that you cannot go backwards in time. You can go forwards in time. And that this has to do with the whole space-time continuum, and that time is slower around more massive objects. So theoretically, if you could put a spaceship or any sort of spacecraft and launch yourself into an orbit around a black hole, not so that you would not be sucked in, but you would just make like an orbit around it and then come out on the other side, theoretically you would be in the future, because time would travel so much slower around you and you would experience time differently than the other people would. So you would maybe come out like 100, 150 years into the future, and you would still, not have aged that much at all. And, so, to me, that's a very interesting topic and idea. But traveling back in time, to me, just does not seem possible at all. And oh, and another cool thing about black holes, just thinking about it, is if you were, or if your friend was to be falling into a black hole, you would never see them fall into the black hole completely. They would eventually, they would get sucked in and killed, of course, probably way before they hit the black hole. But if they were somehow able to stay intact before you see them go into the black hole, you would just see them freeze. And that's the thing about black holes, because they are so massive, you would at one point just see them freeze. This is called the event horizon, and at that point they would just freeze, and you would not see them move ever again, because that's just kind of where like time would appear to freeze for you. But this has been today's topic commentary. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up. See you guys later.